Alright, so that was fun. Let's get to the deck profile for this season. After we climbed it to Master 1, I'm going to address the elephant in the room real quick, which is Droll and Lockhart, right? You see me running 3 Upstart Goblin, 3 Upstart, and 2 Into the Void, and you say these play into Droll and Lockhart, which is pretty popular this season. What's my response to that? Well, my response is that when I don't play these, and I got Drolled after I use Engage, after I use Desire, after I use Thrust into Engage, after I Talent draw 2, I still got wrecked. Like, what do you want me to say? You're not breaking those monster board with your board breaker if your deck is not consistently pulling those board breakers enough. And to spin my deck, I decide to play into Droll and Lockhart. They better have it, because you're not breaking those boards if you don't draw your right board breakers. And you still lose if you don't play Upstart or Into the Void because your other stuff playing to Droll. And after you get Droll, right, you got a benefit, right? Good for you. One time, you're not breaking that board. Okay? So whether you use Upstart or Into the Void or not, Sky Striker is still terrible into Droll. Unless you play a lot of hand traps, which I think is a mistake this season. Because unless it's Maxi or Full Lost, I can get behind, but like playing a lot of hand trap against those engines deck. You know, they have like 2 or 3 engines in a deck. That's kind of crazy if you think about it, but every deck is like that now. It's kind of annoying. So hand trap doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You need 3 of them. Sometimes even 4. I don't know. 2 is not enough. Unless they break. So, yeah. You have to break their board. Believe it or not, you play into Droll any time of day. Right? It's the cost you have to pay. They better have it. I'm just saying, they better have it. Anyway, let's get into the detailed deck list. We have 2 Rays and 1 Rose. It seems to be the standard these days for me. I'm not having 3 Ray, of course. We're not running the Rhoda reinforcement of Yami, by the way. Rhoda, right? I pulled like 6 of these. It's kind of annoying. I just want Shizuku, man. I just want Shizuku. I keep trying this. Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Let's move on. We have 2 Raigeki, which is pretty good this season. I use it to trigger my Thrust and Talent early, and they have a monster board, right? So you have to bait out the interruption one way or another. And Raigeki is a better one because Elf is still legal, and some end board of them actually have Elf. So I can't really use Change Apart My Control or Snatch Deal on it. It's kind of annoying. So Raigeki is your bet here. We also have 3 evenly matched, and also Lightning Storm, Heavy Storm, and Duster. That is the board breaking department right there. We have a 2 Soul Release, which is very nice because what you will find is that you could break their board evenly, Raigeki, right? Talent, Trust, all that stuff. But they have like tons of follow up in the graveyard. And not even 1 or 2 monsters. It's like 4 or 5 cards, which is crazy compared to the previous seasons. Even crazier, by the way. So I need something to get rid of those, and Soul Release is the choice. And boy, I'm glad I did it. Soul Release was incredible this season. So yeah, not much else to say about it. And Star Goblin Into the Void, I already explained why I use these to thin the deck. You need the board breaker to be in your hand as much as possible. It's not like, oh yeah, you just run 3 thrusts and 1 evenly because you can thrust into evenly, right? We're wrong. Well, that is still right in some cases, okay? But not in this list, because if you draw evenly matched, you can thrust for your engage. Because inherently, I'm running a deck that has much fewer starters than any other list, right? So sometimes I would like to thrust for engage, and if I draw evenly matched, I have the luxury to do so. So that's why we run 3 evenly matched, by the way. So don't just like, you just run 1 because you can just search it off thrust. It depends on the deck list, guys. So don't be stiff about your deck building, and just get free. Just do whatever you want, whatever that makes sense, and test it out. Real process, you're going to come up with something interesting. I don't know. We have Part of Desire. I do have games that I lost because Part of Desire banished all my 3 Widow Angers. I can still live with banishing 3 Engage, by the way, which is crazy. It's or like banishing Rose and Ray and Rose. But banishing all my Widow Angers, kind of annoying. I don't think I can win if I banish all my Widow Angers. And it did happen a couple times. And there are also some occasions where I banish my 1-off Shark Cannon. I want to add during the end phase with Shizuku to banish one of the guys in the graveyard, and the next turn you banish another guy. I legit have had games where I lost because I banished my 1 of Shark Cannon with Desire. With that being said, I still win games because of Desire. So like, it's give and take. I can't really blame this card, man. We don't have Part of Greed. Next up, we have the Engine with 3 Engage, 1 Afterburner, 1 Multi-Roll. We have 1 Hornet Drones, Shark Cannon, Widow Anchor, and also 1 Linkage for the occasional OTK, which does not happen this season, but it's still nice to have it because even though you don't OCK, you still need it to push for damage way later on because you're running Upstart Goblin, so you're not finishing your opponent fast. It's going to be an issue with your grind game, right? Since we're not running Abris. So, we have 3 Talent and 3 Plus. I want these in my hand as often as possible. So there's no chance of cutting these to 2 or whatever it is. You might think it's risky, but honestly, no. If I think Desire can win me games, and some games it loses me games, then these, if I don't draw these, I lose. If I draw multiple of these, it is because I already resolved them. And if I don't resolve them, I don't think I can win in anyway. So you need these in your hand going second in this build. So I I don't think you should cut them to 2. It's preference, of course, because it's my list, right? It's my list, it's my way of playing. So it's gonna contradict with other lists just because they run different things. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Just open your mind. Do whatever you want. As long as it makes sense, as long as you win your games. So maybe you have like Superstition, you run 2 of these, which are a lot of my viewers run, by the way. You run 2 thrust and 2 talent. Sometimes they run 3 thrust and 2 talents, or like 3 thrust, 1 talent. I run 3-3. So yeah, that's just my reason. Next up, we have 2 Called By, and you have the 2 Forbidden Droplet to drown out the main deck here. Honestly, I was flipping around between stuff in this main deck, like with the ratio. At a time, I have like 2 evenly matched and like 1 Raigeki, more so release. And then I take out the Into Void Upstart Goblin because I thought playing into Droll was bad. But then I figure out that even without Upstart Goblin or Into the Void, I still lose to Droll. Stuff happens. And through that, you know what to do. In the extra, we have the 3 Kagari, choose Shizuku, 1 Hayate. I mean 2 Hayate actually, because this one is Hayate, but I don't think this is Hayate. This is more like Kagari and Hornet Drones, by the way. I mean, they do have the green beam. They do have a green beam, but it doesn't look like Hayate. And you might not know this. I think Hayate is pretty cool. Like the gun and stuff. I really like Hayate. It's my favorite, I think. So this... I don't like this. But I still run it anyway because it's ultra rare, man. It's ultra rare and it rolls. So we have Kena, 1, the 1. So you can manage its access code. It's also a good middle play if you want to... If you don't know what you're going to do next, right? For example, you activate Hornet Drones, you summon Kena, because you don't know what your opponent is going to react to what you do. So summoning Kena first to clear your main monster zone to activate your spells might be a good indication of what you expect your opponent to do and what they do exactly in practice. And Kena is good for that. It's also like 1 extra attribute so you can manage of your access code. So it's nice having 1 Kena. Next up, we have Zeke, the 1 of the Dark Charmer. We have Azalea, Camellia, SP Little Knight, and access code Talker. And I leave the Typhon for last because, man, Typhon was incredible this season for me. I don't know about you guys. You know, Typhon is a meme, right? Because if you summon it, you lose. I actually win games summoning Typhon more than I should have this season. It's just like the last thing you need to summon into a board of some Flipgates, which is annoying. And like to clean up the last monster on their board, it's not the way you think you're gonna use Typhon. You just summon this and like, oh yeah, this summon Typhon, you should win. Or like you should lose or whatever. But it's very nice, I gotta admit. Actually, you know what? I'm showing you that game that Typhon won. Okay? What's my opponent deck? Yes, Ice Barrier, let's go. Ice Barrier in Master 2. That's peak cinema. Let's check out this replay, okay? It's not just the replays though. I think Typhon single-handedly won me like 4 or 5 games this season, and they are all important games in Master. Without them, I don't think I have the momentum to keep going. So let's go through this. I'm not going through my opponent's combo because I'm watching enough movies already this season. You just let your opponent combo with like their 2 or 3 engines and you wait until their board is finished. Okay, here, right? If you're aware of this, I don't think this feels the best for them, but seems like they have taken into account that I might have evenly matched, so they summoned the Rising. Dragite. Yes, Dragite. This negate evenly match. I was hoping I'm gonna draw like evenly match because they had this one, which prevents me from activating spells. Or theirs, of course, but it doesn't matter for them. So we completely locked out here. I have only Ray. No evenly match because it's gonna negate anyway. And I can't activate 5 of my other spell cards in hand. And once I'm on Ray, I punch over the Fortress, I tribute, summon, I attack, engage. And then in main phase 2, I summon Kagari to back engage. But you know what? I can actually activate engage this thanks to who? Who are you asking? Isn't it obvious? I use Kagari to summon Superstar Slayer Typhon Crisis and activate it to bounce this to the hand because this one has a silly effect where it only applies when this monster is face up in the field. So after bouncing this one, I would have like Engage, Upstart Goblin, Widow Anchor, and presumably Talon, by the way, because this guy is going to activate to negate my Engage, and I want to negate it. I want to negate it. Or I don't, actually. I just thrust into Engage. I mean, the possibilities are endless, right? And you can see what happened. You just surrendered. Yep, it do be like that. And that is how Typhon saved me tons of games. It's not Ice Barrier, particularly, but sometimes even like Colossus, which I think there's one replay of them you already saw if you reach this part of the video. So yeah, I do think Typhon's really nice. About the win here, this one is so frustrating. It's like in Master 3, I just win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. And finally we break out that streak. Play 5 win streak to Master 2, lose here, and win 6 more games. Only lost 1. And yeah, that's all I want to say during this season. We tend to do very well in a tier 0 format because you know what deck to expect. You just work on countering them. Even with Tenpai, it's quite easy with threatening roars and stuff. But as soon as this format shows up with tons of different decks that do different things, we are going to struggle. Unfortunately, different decks this meta does the same thing, right? So that's a plus. That's why I have more pleasant climbing this season compared to the last with like all the FTK and all the strong decks that like to go first. And that's why we resorted to using hand trap. And for that, don't stick with hand trap this season. I don't know, like you. I think if you use hand trap this season, you have to pray a lot that your one or two hand traps going to be enough. Often it's not enough though. I play other decks too, so on my other accounts, I don't know if I'm going to climb this season on my other accounts, my main account, because after playing a few games on that account with my hand trap decks, it felt very terrible. I'm not so sure. Anyway, that is a Climb Sky Striker. Good luck with your climb. Thanks for sticking around to this point. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.